just a better mindset overall. You know, you do this because you love it and you're passionate about it, but you can't put a timeline or like a designated day on it. It's just gonna happen when it does. And then you want me to look here at you, okay?
We'll do the introduction. There's gonna be like, you don't have to be like, so nice, you don't have to do any of that. So yeah, let's just go into the question.
So big reason why I'm stepping away from stage is because one, it's healthy to not be stage lean all year long. I've technically been in prep for over a year now because I started prep in December of 2024 for the 2025 season. And then I had a short break from July to October, and then another short 2-month break from, because I did 2 shows after the Olympia, from December until February, and then I was in prep again from February until the end of March. So it was over a year with 1 or 2 short breaks in between. I think it's pretty obvious that when you're in prep for such a long time, sometimes it's hard to fire on all cylinders and just bring your best consistently if you're not doing things strategically and, you know, just not doing things strategically. So for me, especially with my age too, I try not to identify with being young because that can get really redundant, but with where the bikini division is going right now, with the amount of muscle maturity, muscle density, and just that specific look that the judges are rewarding, I do not have that. Being not only just being young, but I just don't have that size. I'm a small person, I have a small bone structure, so that just means I need to build more muscle on the structure that I have. And in order to build muscle efficiently, I can't be in a deficit or be doing quick turnarounds like that all year long. That's not conducive. And I'll be the first to admit, amidst being in prep and everything, I started to identify with being in prep. So I thought that was all I not had to focus on, but I thought that that's what I just needed. I just needed to sleep, breathe, and live that rigid structure, and that's by choice. That's all elective and it has its time and place. But I also understand there are plenty of Olympians, high-level competitors, high-level pros and amateurs that do not live a super, like, it needs to be sleep, eat, drink, bodybuilding all day long, and they can still succeed. And I've seen countless examples of that. So it made me realize you don't need to go all the time in order to breed yourself to be the best, physically and mentally. And also, my body needs a break. Like I said, I just need a break, and I need to be a student again. So now I'm just relearning everything, my training, my recovery, tracking sodium and potassium, just all these little variables that I'm relearning or that I haven't even incorporated before. And I just feel brand new in a sense. And it's just basically, you know, nothing's linear. You're gonna start here, go up here, go back down. It's just how it is. So we're just starting right here again and everything. Hopefully I didn't bore everyone. Now we're actually going to get into the fun stuff, which is the leg day. It's funny because this leg day does not have hip thrusts, but it's still a brutal leg day that makes me very sore. So we're gonna do that. You guys are also gonna meet Mason. We're gonna feed him before we go, and then we're gonna be efficient in the workout because I am not willing to leave him for longer than I need to. This is Mason, guys. He is 13 weeks old. He's so fun. Okay, 1 sec. No. Wait, we're gonna go pee. No. Ugh. Guys, don't worry. I'm carrying him. I'm supporting his spine. I know that there's a lot of people that are educated about puppies on this channel watching. I'm supporting his spine by holding. He can meet Andy.
No. You're so fluffy.
His brother's not here today. His brother is in Tacoma working with my mom.
Is that where the restaurant is?
Yeah, so Mason is here without his brother, right? Yes.
Right.
He's so funny. I know. Let's go pee.
So relaxing.
I just opened this up. And then he goes and pees. I hope they didn't open the gate, but okay. Okay, go pee. No.
Is that the other dog?
No, yeah. He's not. No, no, no. No, no, no. Mm-mm. Come on, let's run around for a little bit so you can... Mason. Jump.
Sit.
My mom was teaching him how to jump this morning.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Jump, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. He was doing it this morning. Wow. I know. Wow. I know, but in order to eat, we have to go in there, right? I know. Let's go in here. Actually, we'll feed him here because... Actually...
You feed him rice?
Yeah, this is rice and turkey. I know. Okay. Here. Do you want to eat? Do you want to learn to eat from here, or do you want the spoon? He's scared of the bowl. Say bye-bye. Say bye. Or say, I'm so cute and small. So we're at the gym now, and we're gonna train legs. I'm very happy because the gym is not busy right now. So that means I won't be shy talking to the camera. But right now I'm doing mobility because that's a big part of my new routine, and it just got quiet. It's a big part of my new routine because beforehand I was never doing mobility or stretching, so I was constantly sore and I constantly had a lot of imbalances to work through, and my muscles would just cramp in the middle of my lifts and I wouldn't get good pumps. And now that I do this mobility and this foam rolling, it just helps release the muscle and open everything up so I can lift to the best of my abilities. I'm gonna show you. So I do it through this app called Trainer Eyes, and my coach and my trainer Allison, she has my Prep and Prime program, so I'm just following along, and there's timers on it, so I can like keep track of doing all this. I'm doing this stretch. It's called the couch stretch, I think. Yeah, so a key thing for me with my training is also keeping my ribs stacked over my pelvis. So that just means having a neutral spine. But I'm doing this stretch for like a minute. Jordan's over there stretching too. Everybody's stretching right now. Do you stretch before your lifts?
Me? Yeah, I usually take like 30 minutes.
Really? Okay, so same here.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so helpful. It really does make all the difference, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I never did this in the first place. I always would just rush into the lift, and then everything would be out of alignment, out of whack, and I would just feel like super crunchy.
No, yeah, I usually do like a little bit of cardio, and then stretch, and then I do some mobility work for my hips. And then depending on what depending what I'm training, I do like upper body pull-ups, rotational things for my shoulders.
Yeah, this has been a game changer, especially with my back issues like scoliosis and stuff. Kendrick, he's over there kicking the ball at his dad.
They're like, oh, what's the secret sauce?
Oh yeah, actually I get a lot of questions asking about how I cue myself for RDLs and how I just like take my hamstrings and quads out of certain movements, because I am quad dominant and apparently now I'm hamstring dominant. I don't know if that's true, but it really comes down to weight distribution within your foot. So for me, I don't work out with my shoes, and you'll see that soon, but I just keep the weight in my midfoot which means that my knees, for the most part, in like hinge movements like RDLs, split squats, my knees are over my ankles, and I'm trying to drive my hips back, versus beforehand I would just like waiting for the music to come on. Okay, because beforehand I would just basically try to go for the stretch and like get the deepest range of motion or get the biggest burn, and that has merit. But like if your weight distribution, your control, your core control, your ribs, all that stuff, it's out of whack, then you're not actually going to be targeting what you want to target. And also, it's important to protect your spine in those movements. So for me, when I was shoulder pressing, when I was doing RDLs, I wasn't keeping a neutral spine. Sometimes I would just I would arch, or I'd like extend, and that's why my erectors were always fired up. Okay, now we have, so they're called hip cars, and basically key thing here is ribs over pelvis, flexing the foot, coming up, going around, rotating, going back, knees, pushing back, and coming back around. My best way to describe it is it feels like you're flossing in between your hips, like your joints. It just kind of opens everything up. So that is what I'm doing. And then I'm going to do the other side. This honestly feels so good because I am so sore. The lack of sleep is getting to me today. I'm praying that I'm strong for this lift.
You never take pre, right?
No. I don't take pre. I drink 1 cup of caffeinated coffee a day, and then the rest is decaf. Nothing against pre or caffeine. Just for me, I don't want to become dependent on it. And plus it makes me jittery, and it makes my anxiety up. So I don't want to take it. Even in prep, when I'm deep in prep, I don't take it either. But I like non-stim pre if I do take anything, because it gives me good focus and pumps.
What's your pre-workout meal for leg day?
It's usually a combination of complex and quick digesting carbs, because I want some of the, and by complex carbs that just means like oats or brown rice, just the brown carbs, and I want a little bit of that in my pre-workout so I don't feel hungry during my lifts. But I'll do oats mixed with cream of rice, and then almond or cashew butter, blueberries, and then a protein source. So I'll either do tilapia or whey isolate or egg whites. And then that's pretty much it. And then I'll have salt. So 400 to 500 milligrams of sodium in that meal. Okay, we're done here. And I just do 10 on each side. And then post-workout food, it's usually quick digesting carbs with protein, lower fats. And then I'll have my higher fat meals not really close to training, just because I want it to just digest a little bit faster.
Are any of your pre-workout meals different from other days?
Well, I'm on macros, so I can have variety, but I just really like oats and cream of rice with cashew butter and blueberries and egg whites, because it's just so easy to digest, and it fills me up. And for me, I have the appetite of a whale, so I just want to feel full all the time. I want to feel like there's something in my stomach, which is weird, but I like I just like having something in my stomach. Even that's why I drink so much water, because I want something in my stomach. But it's important that you're not just chugging water all day long, because that'll throw off your electrolytes and all that stuff. And you don't want to be chugging water in between meals, with your meal, because that's just gonna it's just gonna affect digestion.
Mm-hmm. here.
Okay, hello.
Hi, baby.
You look amazing.
Thank you. I love you. Have fun filming.
Thank you. Sadie is one of my best friends, and she's, I believe, 2 weeks out now from Tangi,
Oh, nice.
so that's in June. She looks amazing. And then, of course, I have to pee again because I have to pee like 5,000 times during my lift. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing RDLs. We're gonna do 1 warm-up set, 1 feeder set, 3 working sets, and then a back off if necessary. But first I'm gonna pee and then we'll get started on this. Me saying I have to pee, and then drinking a bunch of water, and then now I'm just like exacerbating it and waiting for the bathroom.
Is that water?
Well, it's decaf coffee.
Oh, okay.
I need to have flavor in my mouth. I guess while we wait for the bathroom.
Oh, it's
And somebody just took it. I use Versa grip straps. A lot of people ask me what straps I use, so I use Versa grips. Extra small because I have thin wrists but giant hands. So weird combination. Purple color. It matches my phone. Everything's pink.
Are you a pink girl?
Through and through, even though I usually wear darker colors, but I like pink. So the warm up, we're gonna start with 55 for 12. So for this exercise for RDLs, I'm gonna be doing 3 sets of 8 to 10. Yeah, 3 sets of 8 to 10. So not like super high reps, but not low volume either. I mean, excuse me, low reps. This is not, yeah. This will come on. Okay, there we go. This is a warm-up. And the main thing that I'm focusing on is weight in my midfoot. I'm acting like I'm falling forward like this, and then my glutes are catching things. Knees over ankles, leading with the hips. So thinking like there's a wall behind me and I'm literally trying to touch the wall with my glutes, but just making sure the knees are stacked over the ankle, so I'm keeping all the weight. It literally should look like I'm falling forward. It's very challenging, which is why I don't let my ego get ahead of me when it comes to this anymore. I used to go really heavy on these, and now I do not go extremely heavy. I still go heavy enough to like make sure I'm failing at 10, but not doing the 120-pound dumbbells anymore like I was. I've always wanted, I mean, even since I was 8, I still, those videos are still up online. From like 10 years ago, I started a cooking channel on YouTube, and it was a tutorial on how to make Valentine's Day cookies. And it's like a 3-second video because we didn't know how to work a camera at the time. It's still on YouTube, but I've always wanted to do YouTube since I was a little kid, and I attempted and then I stopped because I was too young. And then I started again in 2023, and then I stopped because I wouldn't say it's hard to be consistent on YouTube. I just kind of didn't understand or know how I wanted to take the channel. If I wanted it to be just solely bodybuilding related, or if I wanted it to be like an everything channel, like everything. And you need to have pillars and all that stuff. Like if you go to someone's page, like you kind of want to know what you're gonna expect, like you said. So I just had a hard time like figuring out what I wanted to do with it. But now I'm back here on YouTube, and hopefully I'm going to be more consistent with it and everything.
And a lot of people want that from you, or they want to be able to, yeah.
Which I find surprising because I post a lot of my life on Instagram and TikTok, but I I feel like there was a phase, or like there was a point in time where YouTube died out a little bit, and now it's getting like popular again, so that's exciting. And I don't want to treat it like a trend. Like, I just want to be in this no matter if it phases in or out. Oh yeah, and like people want to see I posted a food scale that I got. It's actually a jeweler's scale. That's why you can only get it at the craft store, but I didn't know that. But a lot of people, I got so many messages asking about how I track my salt, how I measure the salt, and I want to be an educator. Even though I'm not the most knowledgeable person in the room, I want to share my experience. Just from the warm up, but it's just because I'm really focusing on keeping the weight in my midfoot and driving with my hips. Not my, like, I'm like out of breath, but in the past I would squat down and then go. I have to think about pushing and then sitting into it. Okay. Feeder set, I'm gonna do 75 for 5 reps. A feeder set basically gets me ready for my actual working set. And in all honesty, I don't know. I did 90s last week, but I'm running off of low sleep right now, and I don't feel like 100%, so we'll just see how the feeder set goes, and then we'll gauge from there. But
What's a feeder set?
it will get me ready for the working set. So like, get me acclimated to the weight, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you found it though.
Oh my god. Bringing the dumbbells over to the bench is its own workout in of itself. I genuinely think it's just the low sleep that is making me feel this way. I usually have so much energy for my leg days, but not today, but that's okay. We're getting the raw and the real of all of this. I'm like 8.
Really? That's
Yeah.
good.
But last night, I don't know how much I got last night. I'm trying to count. It wasn't deep sleep, so I don't know. Okay, we're gonna do the feeder. My sets take a long time because I do overthink everything, so I'm trying to just move through faster and not overthink everything. I think my last video, so my actual last real vlog was from 2023, and I believe it was a video. It was a video of me at the gym, I think, sharing my leg day. And I edited it all by myself. Like, I did it on CapCut, and I was so proud of that video and everything. But I mean, all of my videos are still up. There was another video that I posted on YouTube. Actually, let's see if I can pull up my video from when I was 9. Let's see if
And last week we had a special guest, but she's not here today, so it's just gonna be me. And today I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a smoothie without any artificial flavor. So, if you don't have a NutriBullet, that's okay. You can also use a magic bullet.
Dude, that's awesome. What?
I'm like crying because it's like so funny to me how I sound like Elmo. I don't know how much I'm gonna do today. Probably I'll try the 90s and then we'll see. I'm not willing to be an ego lifter but the 90s did feel really good last week, so I guess we'll see. But if they don't feel or look good, then I will go to the 80s. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. He's sleeping at home. I just got an update picture. As long as I know he's okay, that's all that matters. Okay. I can't stop staring at Sadie in the mirror because I see her ab veins coming up and I'm just so proud of her. She looks so good. Good is an understatement. She looks phenomenal. Okay. I'm overthinking my form again. Okay. I'm nervous for this. Yeah. I want to share just things that I wish I had seen when I first started. So this is not going to be like a vlogging channel, like solely a vlogging channel. It's just going to be, it could be anything from like cooking videos to you know, workout videos, like anything really, just daily life. It's not going to be an everything channel. It's still going to be fitness related, but I just want to share what I'm doing right now to get me to where I need to be physically and mentally and everything. And if I can help someone along the way, that would be great. Oh my god. I got 10 and those felt pretty good. I do need to film a set to just confirm that though. But do you see how long that set took? Yeah. Because
Do you count how many sets?
I think that set took what, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. But it took a really long time because I'm focused on the weight distribution, leading with the hips, and then sitting into the movement and time under tension. I'm also just making sure I'm not going down too far. So that's the other main thing. So see, I'm looking for my hips and then coming up in one piece. I'm happy with this set. Okay, we can move on with peace. Okay, so now I have split squats, glute focused, well, not split squats. It's a glute focused static lunge, and I will be using one dumbbell for this. So we're gonna stick with the 70s for 12. So I'm gonna go put one away. I'm thinking I'll have to go grab that bench right there. On the same side as my working leg, and key thing for this is the non-working knee. It's gonna drive to the ankle of my working leg, and I'm gonna be focusing on keeping my knee over my ankle. So I'm literally going like this and then back up. And the tension is gonna be only right here in my glute. You will feel a little bit of quad in this, but it's minimal. It's like 20% if you're doing this correctly. So again, we hinge, knee over ankle, and then back up. And it's constant tension. I'm not going as slow as I was with the RDLs. So,
What is this called?
glute focused static lunge. My trainer added this in for me because I felt really good connection with it, even though there is some quad in it. But with a lot of your knee flexion movements and quad based movements, even if it's for glutes, you will feel a little bit of quad, so it's inevitable. You just have to know.
that's really good that you touched on that.
I think that's another thing that I'm very big on mental health. I think for a while, most of my life, I thought that sharing things about mental health and just like, I thought there was such thing as oversharing, which there is such thing as oversharing, but it's also, it doesn't make you weak to just be honest about how you're truly feeling, because to the outside, you know, from surface level, somebody can seem totally fine, but you never know what somebody is experiencing or, you know, like battling behind closed doors. And I think it's important to just remind everyone, like, yes, people look like they have things all figured out, but everybody still has things that they're working through, and nobody's perfect. And that's the one thing. That's why it's, for me, I want to show that you don't need to be all fancy and extravagant to reach your goals. These are really difficult, and I'm happy because these are actual working sets. There's no warm up for this because I'm already warm from the RDLs. And that was one leg, and then I have this leg, and then we have 3 sets total of this.
Back and forth, back and forth?
Yes.
Okay.
I will rest in between legs for about 45 seconds to 70 seconds. I don't know how long it's been, but I want my heart rate to come back down. I don't want to just rush into it. But I think I feel ready for the next one. Fighting for everything right now. I usually don't sweat that much, but today I am. Okay, where's my phone? Oh, here. Okay. First set, we got 12. I'm gonna rest for like a minute, and then we'll do that again.
Is there a timer on the app?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So right now there's a timer. I'm not waiting this actual time. I'm gonna leave like 17 seconds because it's gonna take me some time to get up and set up for my set. And what I love about this app is that it keeps you locked in. So you're not like distracted on other apps or anything, because if you exit this app for too long, it resets everything and you have to go back and reinsert everything. So I'm not willing to do that. Okay. Actually, I want to film this next set too.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that, but as usual, there's always room for improvement. I do think I can slow down a little bit and probably, I don't know, not go as like.
Come on, harder. Don't extend your shoulder back. Just use your chest.
I actually think I don't have to go as deep as I feel I should on this, because I want to keep the tension only in the glutes. So, yeah. We're gonna do the next leg.
Now just get through the rest. Control, contract. Looking for a squeeze in the upper part of your head. Come on, start those pinkies up. Turn them up. You gotta start to get your elbows. There you go. Four, six. Good. Last one. Good. Good. Right. Good. That's it. Let's go up with the press.
We're only 2 movements in and I'm already just, I'm so, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just tired, but in a good way.
Yeah.
But that's how you know it's quality over quantity. You don't need a million exercises. You just need quality reps, quality sets, and I mean, that's all you need. I used to do so many exercises. I used to do like 7 to 9 per workout, and I would just overexhaust myself, and I wouldn't even have enough energy to deliver the way that I'm doing on these sets. I would just go through it to get it done.
7 to 9 working sets?
No, excuse me, 7 to 9 like exercises.
Oh, okay.
Not
Yeah.
working sets. But we only have one more set here, and then we get to move on to the accessory work. So usually how my workouts are structured now is I have 2 to 3 main compound movements. So that would be like hip thrust, a squat based movement, or like a lunge or an RDL. Like I would have 3 of those primary movements, 2 to 3, and then I would have 2 to 3 accessories. So it would be 5 to 6 exercises, mostly 5. Today is my only workout with 6 exercises because the 6th exercise is a calf raise. So, but I mean, that's not too fatiguing, so that's why we put it on this one. Okay, last set. Seeing myself under these lights makes me realize I need to get my roots touched up because the brown is showing.
Oh, you have brown hair?
Yeah, I naturally have brown hair, but I dye it pretty much very close to black because it just makes it look shinier. That's the main reason. Okay. Last set.
What does wellness look like you now?
Well, with my training, because I'm revamping everything, I'm basically going back to square one. I'm relearning all of my movements, really focusing on weight distribution in my feet, which we'll touch on in the training aspect, but just relearning all of the basic mechanics behind just simple movements. Not simple movements, but like your go-to movements like RDLs, hip thrusts, split squats, shoulder press, lat pull downs, just everything I'm relearning because I was doing things not, I wouldn't say incorrectly, but I was intense, but not intense in the right areas, you know? I would leave the gym just being very tired, but it wasn't fatiguing the right area. So now I'm just really learning how to just, you know, break it apart, put it in the right area, and then go forward from there and everything.
What are those last reps for?
Just to kind of reassess, okay, was the tension for sure, like, where it needed to be? And then it's like lingering burn from the set. That's my way of looking at it, to see, okay, was it distributed in the right areas? And I felt it, so I was happy about that. Okay. And then now I'm just looking at my set. Yeah, I'm happy with that. There's still always room for improvement, and my area of improvement for this is just stop being so fidgety with the other leg, because I tend to move it around during the set because it just doesn't feel comfortable. I just need to find a spot and stick with it and not go back and forth. I'm like sweating so much. Ugh.
I feel like I usually sweat the most on leg days.
Yeah, I haven't sweated this much in a workout in a really long time. I think it's because I've added a little bit more sodium in earlier in the day versus like later, so I think that's why. That's definitely a contributing factor. Okay, we have this one, so I can take this off on this arm because we just have one leg, and then we're gonna move on to kickbacks. But right now I'm gonna retie my hair. Was my hair wash day, and I just washed my hair yesterday, and it's already like, it's gonna be ruined from today's workout, but that's okay. It's a privilege to have hair to wash. Okay. Last set, like last leg. Honestly, I can't. I have to take this off. It's too hot. I was gonna keep it on during the whole workout, but I can't.
Why do you want to keep it on?
Because technically it's not that warm out, it's cloudy. So I don't want to just like be the only one in the gym wearing a tank top. But that's okay.
It's all good.
My overall goal.
I mean, once you get warm, right?
Yeah. To show the people in my community that this can be a place where we can just come together and share ideas. We can bounce off of each other's ideas. I want to share my training, like I already said. I want to not only grow physically, because that is the goal, to put on muscle, but I also want to show people that in order to grow physically, you really need to dive deep into your mental health and have those uncomfortable conversations with yourself, and you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And you know, for me, I'm also, another goal is to get my labs in check, especially with my thyroid and my liver enzymes and all that. I want to be a healthy version, internally and externally. So with my coach and I, Jamie DeBernard, that is our number one goal right now, is to get all my health markers in check. So, you know, keep staying on top of that and recovering from DPDR and just being positive in a sense where, as corny as this sounds, when you tell yourself something, sometimes it can you can manifest things. Like I do believe that whatever you tell yourself, it can like be possible. So I just need to have more positive affirmations when it comes to health anxiety and all that stuff too. And I know I talk about that a lot, but I don't try to identify with it, but it is something that's always in the back of my mind, just like, oh no, is this bump on my hand something worse than it is? You know, just stupid things like that I'm trying to just catch myself, understand, okay, why am I feeling this way? Let's circle back what triggered this and then move forward from there and everything. So, not really. Is he done with that cable? We're doing kickbacks, but when it comes to kickbacks, what I used to do is I would be so concerned with like going as back as far as possible. Oh, I thought I hit someone. But what I'm doing now is I'm standing more upright, and when I come right here to my midfoot, I'm rotating my foot outwards. So it's like this. So, and that's it. And I feel all the tension right here in my upper glute, and my foot is rotated outwards. Something else that I want to talk about is that we see a lot of content online from, I mean, myself included, you know, to do well in this sport, and I'm not trying to generalize, but I feel like there is a stigma where it needs to be all or nothing, or you need to just have that rigid, structured routine. You need, not need to, but, you know, wake up at 5 a.m., do this, do that, and that works for so many people, and that's awesome. But I also understand that's not feasible for everyone, and it's not really my life right now. I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. I'm getting up at like 6 or 7, and I don't have programmed cardio. I'm just doing steps because, one, I'm taking care of Mason, the puppy, and I have clients that I want to respond to right away, and I like having different responsibilities from different areas of my life. So if my cousin needs me, or if a family member needs me, I want to be able to just be able to leave and go tend to them. And again, same with clients. Like if one of my clients needs me, I want to be able to accommodate to them. Like I like having different areas of life that I'm just accommodating to without feeling overwhelmed. And obviously overwhelmed, like feeling overwhelmed and stressed, that comes with everything, but you have to view it as it's a blessing to feel stressed from all the responsibilities that we get, because most people don't have the opportunity to have so many, you know, areas of life that they can just pick and choose from and all that. So I start here, rotate, and then push back. That's one. Burning so much right now.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. You're like, you just shoved it in my face.
What do you usually think about when you work out?
Surviving, okay. I think about, honestly, how I'm gonna make the most out of every movement, because I refuse to deviate from my program, because that means I'm not training the way that I'm supposed to be training. So if I do 3 sets and I feel like I can do another set after those 3 sets, then I know I wasn't executing it with the right intention and intensity. I've only done 1 set of kickback so far, and I'm already wiped. And I still have 2 more sets here, and then I still have chest supported kickbacks. But with each set that I'm doing, I'm really focusing on how I can make the most out of the movement, the most out of each rep. So just like breaking everything apart and just making the most out of every single thing. And Jordan Brannon, my teammate, and she's also a coach on Fit Body Fusion, she said that by the end of some of her lifts, she's more mentally exhausted than she is physically. And I didn't understand that until now. Now I understand, because you're literally just thinking about how can you make the most out of this set, this rep, and that's why I'm filming myself going back, reanalyzing, rehashing everything to make sure that there's nothing firing off center and all that stuff. So when I'm here in the gym, my focus is the gym, the training, but then also I'm human, and I also think about other things, like, oh my goodness, how many emails do I have tomorrow? How many upcoming meetings do I have? But not in a stressed way, in kind of like, how am I gonna organize my day to accommodate to these things? Not in like a stressed way. It's funny because all of the stress that I do experience, it stems from my head, not from anything else in my life, if that makes sense.
Right.
And it reminds me that our inner monologue can really work with or against us, and it's important to be realistic and reasonable. I mean, Jake is my voice of reason. When I'm freaking out about something, he's like, that's not something you should be freaking out about. So it's good to have a good support system too. So I guess what I'm saying with this, I go on a lot of tangents. That's what people will realize. What I'm saying is that there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all approach. You don't need to be the first person in the gym to be successful. You don't need to be the last person in the gym to be successful. You don't need to be doing anything, because everyone's individual. And this ties into numbers and health markers and just training in general. Not everybody can lift the same weight at the gym. Not everybody's like hormones are at the same level. Not everybody's test is at the same level. We all have different numbers that make sense for us. And that, I will confidently say, that applies to all aspects of life. Because I was talking to Jamie about this, about my thyroid, and my thyroid has always been on the lower side. And we were saying, we want to get your thyroid in a better place, but it's also important to note that sometimes a lower thyroid, that might be someone's normal. Like, that specific number might be someone's normal that they've always just been used to. And there's always a way to improve that. Same with the gym, progressive overload, improve. But it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. So that's something that I'm really trying to remind myself, because beforehand I thought in order to be deemed as successful and as worthy of competing, you have to be this all the time, and that's just not true. And it's not realistic for most people, especially for the moms out there that are competing. There are so many moms out there that do this, and I know for a fact they're not doing the same routine every day. So, I just want this to be a channel where people can be like, hey, I feel seen. I don't feel like I'm the only one that is doing X, Y, and Z. Like, I just want people to feel seen. Yes, I had a really good warm-up, so that definitely played a factor. I'm texting Jake real quick because he asked how the gym was going, and I said brutal. Yes. And then I'm asking for updates on Mason. I just don't want him. Is it still raining? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I don't want him out in the cold, in the rain. I don't want him to get sick.
See a little bit more of you.
Yeah. This is my way on it. I will always have at least 30 seconds in my day to respond back to somebody who's taking time out of their day to say something kind. I will always respond back any chance I can. And that's not even saying like, oh, respond to your followers and fans, because they're not followers and fans. They are people, they're my peers. That's how I look at it. They're not fans, they're not followers, they're peers. They're in the same industry and community that I'm in. And my page is just a place where we can all come together and chat and share ideas. So that's how I view it. So it would be foolish of me not to respond, because then how would we bounce off of each other's ideas? That's just my viewpoint on it. One more set for this, and then 2 sets of chest supported. I'm so wiped. This is literally 3, exercise number 3, but everything's so intentional, which I love, but it's hard.
Well, I think you can't always perfect a good workout. So I mean, things like this, you know, you're gonna remember like, oh, like last week I was doing good, you know? Yeah.
Oh, this is a really good lift so far, though. I will say that. Even off of I don't know how many hours of sleep. I'm gonna film this leg. I guess we'll see if that looks good. One more leg. Of a chest supported kickback, 2 sets of hyperextensions, and then calves, and we're done. For the chest supported ones, I use a bench, but we would have to probably bring a bench over here, which I'm totally fine with. But before we do that, I'm gonna go pee again.
Good luck.
We are going to be doing, and it resets the app again. At this point, I don't even know what time. Okay, so, oops, we're going to do 14. I'm just marking down what I just did. 15, so now we're here. We're going to do 15 reps. And we're just going to do 2 sets on one leg and then switch to the next leg. It'll be more efficient that way, since this one is not as taxing. So, lift up the table. So my chest and my back is supported on this. And then that's pretty much it. I go up like this, and then I kick straight back. I'm actually so wiped right now. Okay. One more set on this side.
You have a funny way of showing that you're white.
Okay. And then, do people still use Snapchat?
I don't know.
You don't anymore?
I mean, I have the app, like
I-
going on tours and stuff. Yeah.
I still have it, even though I don't, like, the only person that I snap is Jake and Sadie. Just one more leg. But we're done with the right side. Put this back in here. Check on Mason.
We're gonna incorporate Jake in one of these shoots?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
The only days that Jake and I truly are like at the gym at the same time, literally Saturday. And this is off topic to fitness, but I feel like it's kind of important to mention this with me and Jake. So we've been together for pretty much 3 years now. It'll be 3 years on the 26th, but we see each other every day, but we have so much space from each other during the day right now because we're both in a position where we're trying to work and we have like responsibilities throughout the day. And my past self used to overthink, like, oh, we're not spending every single second of every day together, like it's not good, like couples should be spending all day together. And then now, like, we see each other every day, but it's not every second of every day, and it makes us appreciate our time together even more. And obviously, like, we will be seeing each other and spending more time together throughout the day once we both find a house to rent. But right now we're both living with our parents to save money. And once we're in a position where we're ready to move out, then we'll be roommates and living together. But for now,
I don't think it's called roommates.
we will be living under the same roof. And we had like, I mean, we've done so many trips and vacations together, but I'm a very, I don't know how to say it, but I'm very structured with how I do things, and I like the kitchen to be a certain way, and like I have to have this and that, so it's gonna help me realize the ball.
Yes.
It's gonna help me realize that my way of doing things isn't the only way of doing things, you know?
That's a good perspective to have.
One more set on this leg, and then hyperextensions, and then calves. The lack of sleep is getting to me, but I'm strong on all of my lifts, so
It's really good.
that's a good thing. Okay. Done. Okay, hyperextensions, just 2 sets, and then calves.
That one? Flat. 45. 45. What?
Just one more. So this exercise, it's a hyperextension, and it is amazing for your posterior chain. I feel this most in my upper glutes. You would think you'd feel it in your tie-in area and your hamstrings. You can, but the way that I'm setting up and doing this is I'm thinking about my hips are there. So the pad right here, it's like right by my hip bone. I'm pushing my hips into the pad, and I'm thinking about kind of scooping like that. So the best way to like cue this would be keep your spine and your back completely neutral. Do not let it help you, and only think about moving using your glutes. And when I come down, I think about doing an RDL, and then when I come back, I think about scooping, like a hip thrust kind of. So when I go down, I think RDL, so keep the glutes nice and high. And then when I come back up, I think about kind of like pushing the hips into the pad like this, like, and then coming back up. And this movement is so hit or miss, because when I first started doing this, It didn't make any sense to me, and I didn't feel it at all. I only felt it in my erectors, but over time, you get the better mind-muscle connection. I also just dropped down the weight. I started out with no weight, and I finally worked my way up to 45 pounds for 12 reps, but beforehand, I was only doing like just my body weight. So key thing here, keep the spine neutral. Just take your spine and your back out of the movement and only use your glutes. So. Done. We just have 3 sets of calves and then we're done.
No cardio?
Pardon me?
No cardio?
No cardio. I just have a step count for the day. I actually put my Fitbit. Everybody asks like what's on my ankle all the
I
time.
saw that earlier.
Yeah, it's my Fitbit, and I did not wear it during my workout, but I just put it on my ankle, and it tracks my steps. I'm already at like 8,000 today, and my goal is 9. So I try really hard not to go over the step count goal because the goal right now is to rest and to recover, and there is such thing as overdoing it with the steps. Oh my goodness. I'm like wiped. We're just doing 45 pounds on this, that's it. Okay. Shoes are off for this because I can't feel, well actually no, because I just don't want to crease the shoes. Easy peasy. This is my break.
This is my break. How many reps?
15. Yeah, so when I do this, I'm not super, like, I'm not as intentional with this as I am with my other exercises, to be quite honest. But I think about getting a full stretch, so coming all the way down, and then really just pushing up, using my calves. And I lost count already. Actually, the judges haven't said anything about my calves. The main feedback that I receive is keep all the proportions the same, just overall density and size. And that just comes with time. A lot of the younger competitors receive the same feedback that I receive. We all just need, and I'm not trying to speak for anyone, but the general consensus is it's just time in the gym, that's it. And I think it's a blessing because it means that we can't really outgrow the division right now. And in my opinion, I don't think I will ever be in a position where I will ever be too big for bikini just because of my genetics. I am not I don't know, just my genetics. You know, I put muscle on faster in certain areas than others, just like most people, but I'm not a genetically, I wouldn't say genetically gifted person, but just with my genetics, I don't know. I just know for a fact I can't get too big. Like, I just physically can't. It's just not possible for me.
Is there a weight cap for bikini?
No, there's no weight cap for women's divisions, at least for bikini wellness and figure, but I know for men's there are, obviously. I mean, usually I'm very tired after my leg days, but today I'm extra tired, and I genuinely think it's just because of the lack of sleep.
Yeah.
Not complaining though, because that truly was an amazing workout, and I was kind of nervous taking you guys through the workout and like just filming it, because I was thinking to myself, is this still going to be as intense? And it definitely was. So I'm very thankful for today's lift. I'm like, yeah, I'm like brain foggy right now from how wiped I am. But I do need to save this workout. And we're gonna say it's extremely hard. I've never said beyond hard, because I consider that to be like 1,000 out of 10. Like I don't want to give myself more credit than it needs to be. So we just say extremely hard.
Where does that humbleness come from?
It's just always like that. I think I mean, most people, I mean, we're always our own worst critics, and most people look at themselves in a different lens than other people may see them. So for me, when I look at myself, I think of all the things that I'd like to improve physically and mentally. And then when other people see me, they may or may not see those things. And I think a lot of people probably feel the same way about themselves, where they just think that they need to be a certain way or do better. And it's, to say it like sweetly, it's just we're never satisfied, but it's always good to like pause, recalibrate, and like go back to where you started and realize you've come a long way. So give yourself a pat on the back. But for me, I wouldn't even say I'm humble, I'm just realistic, I guess, because I've seen time after time after time and like collected the data for all of that there are a lot of areas to improve on and all that. So it's just being realistic. But yeah, that concludes the workout. I'm like, we're done with that leg day. It was brutal. Truly, I was sweating. I haven't sweated like that in a really long time. I'm ready for food. I'm ready to go see Mason. That was very efficient though. I will say we moved through the main compounds pretty efficiently. I would say towards the end I was getting a little tired, but I still, kept going and everything, as we all should. But yeah, that wraps up the leg day. This is my first leg day of the week. I have 2 more after this. This would be the longest leg day of the week, and I like to get that done on Monday. So I have my next leg day Wednesday, and then my 3rd leg day on Saturday. So yes, stay tuned for the next video. I don't know what that will be, but we will figure that out when the time comes. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I really appreciate all the support. If you're here from Instagram or TikTok, truly, I love all of you guys. I would not be where I am today without the community that I have behind me. And like, I will never stop saying thank you. I don't care how annoying it gets. I'm always gonna say thank you. So thank you to all of you guys watching, and I will see you next time.